the money.
That's what I always say. You always follow the money.
Yeah.
This is Follow the Money with Mitch Moss and Pauly Howard on VSiN.
Here we go. Welcome in. It is Follow the Money on VSiN, the Sports Betting Network. Mitch Moss, Pauly Howard with you live in downtown Las Vegas from the Circa Resort and Casino. Very big show lined up today. An important show, a fun show. Great guests on the program. Steve Wyss, Best Bets in Soccer, coming up in 30 minutes in 1 hour from right now. The day that you've all been waiting for to get you set for the upcoming NFL season. Derek Stevens, Mike Palm, Jeffrey Benson, all in studio from here at Circa Sports, and they are going to announce all the details for Circa Millions, Circa Survivor, and Pauly. They haven't really given us many hints, but Derek Stevens, the owner here and the CEO of this great property, evidently has an ace up his sleeve this year. And there's a new wrinkle from what we understand, or a new contest. I don't know what it's going to be, but I can't wait to find out. We're going to find out with you, the audience, watching or listening to the show today. Can't wait for that.
Yes, looking forward to it. Good point.
And a lot of bets to get into as well. Busy night on the betting board overall, but we have to. I mean, it's been a good, 15 hours since, chaos and bedlam at Madison Square Garden, and I still can't even get over it. I mean, I was thinking about the show today, a couple hours ago, and I'm like, it's going to take a long time. I can't imagine being a Knicks fan, a Knicks player, Knicks coach. The Pacers player. Who slept last night? Yep. Who? If you're a Pacers player, how did you sleep after that game?
Yep.
And, of all the crazy numbers, and we're going to share as many as possible here, you may have heard some of them. You may not have heard some of them. They're all absolutely bonkers. I don't know what my favorite one is, but I'll begin with this. Law Murray on social media, on X. Indiana shot 72.7% over the last 11:26 of the game after they shot 73.7% in the first 12 minutes of the game last night. It's an all-timer.
Mm-hmm. That's a good one. My favorite is when you're down 7 or more in a playoff game with less than 50 seconds. Teams are 1,702. The Pacers have 3 of the 4 wins in the last month. 3 of them. There you go.
So why is that then? Why is it this one team?
Yeah, I don't know.
Now it's becoming contagious, and they know that they're never out of it?
I don't know. What are the odds? You're right. And it's the biggest choke in NBA history.
Oh, it's a total collapse.
I mean, this is Humans wasn't as strong. Humans is the first person I saw who brought it up. But I asked Brian Mahoney, too, who's at the game. I don't think he can come back from this. It helps that it's game 1, but you got to beat him 5 times now. I mean, the game was over. You're up 14 with less than 3 minutes.
Any way you slice it, it was over.
You're up 9 with 52. You're up 8 with 35. Huh? The place, people are leaving early. You lose the game.
Fans left the game early.
Yes. It's demoralizing. So it's just incredible. And now they're just in Indiana stole another game. And I don't know the answer to your question about why is this particular team able to do it like the other one when you're down 9 or more with a minute left. It was 1,434-0.
Right.
Well, there's your one now. I mean, I can't get enough of these numbers, how this team was able to spit it up, and Neesmith turned into Michael Jordan.
No kidding. And so I went back and watched it. By the way, great job by Bill Adie here at VSiN. Today in the VSiN newsletter, which you can wake up to every single morning when you sign up, vsin.com/subscribe. He posted a link from YouTube, and it's the final few minutes. And I went back, and I was going to watch it anyway, but it was very convenient to be right in the inbox today. And everything that had to happen, that did happen. Great job by the Pacers, by the way, recognizing down the stretch that Neesmith had the hot hand and they were getting him the ball. And the Knicks couldn't cover him. He was wide open, or he was hitting him from like 29 feet.
Well, they weren't covering him. That's the problem.
Yeah.
I think the last thing we need on Inside the NBA is Draymond Green. But at least he made a good point about where they weren't switching, and then they just stopped playing. Like Brunson said, they took their foot off the gas. I mean, they were wide open looks. The one Hart slipped. There's nothing you can do when he slipped. But some of them, he's coming down and he's wide open. And that was horrible.
But the Pacers players knew that, though.
Yeah.
They're like, this is the one. He's getting us back into the game right now. Let's keep feeding him so we can keep shooting. And he knew it. He's like, man, it's a heat check, man. This bad boy's going up right now.
No, you're right. Never happened before. 23 points in the last 3-14. Most by a player in the play, most in the play-by-play era, and then the 6 threes. what he did. So you're right about that. But then again, the Knicks just need, in the last 250, the Knicks just need one stop. One stop. So the Pacers hit like a 14-team parlay. Between the missed free throws, the turnover, the challenge that went their way, all the threes going in, and then the Halliburton. I've seen it on a free throw. I've never seen it on a three-pointer or a long shot where it hits the back rim and then goes up in the air, straight up in the air, and then goes in.
I've seen it on 10 feet.
I've seen it on a free throw, and then just the presence of mind to go up, come back, and then somehow that goes in. It's just, there's so many ways. So they tried to give it away.
Well, they absolutely basically told the Pacers, we're up big. Do you guys want the game? Here's a silver platter. Come and take it from us. Because, yes, they were hitting the shots.
Quick shots, though.
But you also cannot forget several other things that did happen. Towns, you brought it up briefly. The Towns missed free throw to go up by 4.
90% in the playoffs.
Huge.
Yep.
OG Anunoby then comes up.
Yep.
Misses another free throw. You hit one or both of those. It's a totally different ballgame at that point.
Yep. Then you can play the foul game, too.
And also, yeah, you can. And don't forget, again, about how the Knicks tried to give it away. How about the inbounds pass to Hart when he basically slipped and somehow recovered to get the basketball? And then whatever that was from Brunson, when he spiked the ball down on the court and it came up like 15 feet and OG had to go and get the ball? What are you guys doing? Clean that up. You were giving the basketball game away to them, and kudos because you pulled it off. It was the impossible, and you did it.
You have to criticize Thibodeau, too. Why are you out of timeouts? Why are you out of challenges? Guess what? Guess why they won the game, too? Because Carlisle had his challenges.
That's true.
They're up. The Knicks still have the ball up 5 with 29 seconds, and then the Siakam play happens. Oh, foul. OG's going to the line. Nope, challenge. They win. So then instead of the Knicks going to the line up 5, it's Pacers ball.
Huge.
And then they hit a 3.
Sure.
Okay? And then the play off Brunson with the turnover, they said off Pacers, Knicks ball. Nope, we have a challenge left. We won. We're going to use it. They get that one right.
Sure.
And then they don't foul Toppin. Where's the miscommunication? You got to foul him.
Agreed.
And put him on the line, and he goes, dunks it, puts it up 3, and then they win the game as well. Although the Knicks did get a tough call there. In overtime, they missed the goaltend.
They
would have put the Knicks up 6.
Also, when Toppin made the dunk to put him up by 3,
right?
Clear foul on Bridges, should have been an N1.
Okay.
They missed that.
Yeah. Because not only did they blow the goaltend, if you call goaltend, you can review it. If you don't call goaltend, you can't review it. So, and then they don't call it. So instead of up 6, it's Pacers ball, and Nebhard hit a 3.
And they were on that in the broadcast. Reggie Miller said, I think it was a goaltend. Are they going to go? They couldn't go back and look. That's it. Once the play was continuing, that's over with. It's not going to be a goaltend at that point. So what a wild game last night. And so the first time that I looked and I thought the Pacers might have a chance to win the game, it was when Nesmith hit another 3, and he cut it to 123 to 121. Knicks 2-point lead, 22.1 seconds left. And at that point, the Pacers were 8-1, and I was like, that's interesting. Because plenty of time left. The Knicks were collapsing. Pacers were hitting everything in the world. But I also thought to myself, I probably missed a really good number, so I didn't bet it. Good move, Mitch. Yeah. Because DraftKings then put out on social media a little bit later on in the night that the highest point that the Pacers on the board live during the game was 40-1 to come back and win. But I don't even know if they were on the board the entire time. They may have taken the money line off the board.
Yeah. Yeah, because this thing was over, no doubt. Can you answer the question? Why is this team able to do this? Again, it's happened 4 times in history. This team has done it 3 of the 4 in the last month.
I just love the urgency.
I mean, the best was the MGM tweet. They're down 118 to 111 with 34 seconds against the Bucks. They win. They're down 119 to 112 against Cleveland with 46 seconds. They win. They're down 121 to 112 with 50 seconds. They win.
Yeah. I know this. If you're betting them live to come back in these games to win, you're buying a private island pretty soon.
Yeah.
Right? I guess, Paul, once it happened the first time, and then now, for them to do it again against the Cavs, that's all it took. For it to happen 2 times in the span of a week, now the Pacers know that we're never out of this game and we need to play. Because a lot of teams will punt on games when it's late. They easily could have again. I went back and the Knicks had easy baskets, by the way, layups in the final minute of the game to keep, pushing the lead back.
Yeah.
But the Pacers were like, don't care. We can get Nesmith another open 3. He might hit another one. And he did. It never ended.
Mm-hmm.
So I know what you're saying, like it's going to be tough to recover, but to me, this is going to be a super long series.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Why are they running with them? It's every other. They're going to run out of gas.
That's certainly one thing that going into the series, I said they can't do because
everyone said the Knicks have to control pace, right?
They have to.
They're running with them.
Yeah.
These games are every other day now.
And now look, they're a 5.5-point favorite in the next game, and the total's bumped up to 227.
Hey, what do you have on the starters? What was the plus minus when the Knicks starters were on the floor?
When all 5 of them were on the floor at the same time, they got outscored by Indiana 77-61.
Hello.
So that was something that you were preaching, man, over the last couple of days here on the show.
Yep, Pacers first quarter, and look for that. Because the Pacers were plus 22. Net rating when the starting 5 on the floor in the playoffs, the Knicks starters have been outscored. The run in the fourth quarter came with Brunson on the bench.
It did.
This is why. What a game. What a game. But just a killer loss. They have to blow them out tomorrow. They have to blow them out.
I think it's going to be it could be an all-time series.
Yes, it's possible. But it helps that it's right away and not at the back end, like you're not down 3-2.
Okay.
This is hard to recover. Smarter bets start here. Last all year with VSiN Pro. Annual subscription 14 months for $199. Use code PRO. We're kicking in 2 extra months for free, less than 50 cents a day. Every pick, every host, every guest. VSiN.com/subscribe. The betting splits and the dog videos. Get it now.
We'll get into the game twos that we have coming up tonight in the playoffs. We are seeing plenty of movement yet again with this Wolves-Thunder game. Details coming up on Follow the Money. It's VSiN, the Sports Betting Network.
This is Follow the Money on VSiN.
Good to have you on board here today. Again, coming up in 45 minutes, monster show. As we have Derek Stevens, Mike Palm, Jeff Benson here at Circa coming in studio at that time, 5 o'clock Eastern, 2 o'clock here on the West Coast. And they're going to announce every detail that you need to know for their 2025 football contest. And evidently there's something new. I don't know what it is. Pauly doesn't know what it is. We'll all find out together at that time.
I give them a lot of credit. They can keep a secret.
My God, can they
I think there's only 4 people that know what's going on.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, good job.
Okay, so you've been all about the under in the Wolves-Thunder series.
Yes.
Could not believe the line movement in Game 1. You bet it, and it stayed way under. Now, Game 2, Pauly, coming up tonight. This opened up 213.5 with a total, and I'm seeing 217 now at plenty of books on the screen.
I also couldn't believe the move on the under in the Knicks game. So far, I'm 2-0 with that, but we'll see how that plays out. I think this whole series should be low scoring, and I think the incredible high-flying series will be in the East. And this could now, the other thing you have is everyone was upset with the officiating and what happened, how they treated SGA, right? And Doris Burke's comments as well. Let's go back to a game in February after Minnesota played OKC. After the game, Minnesota head coach Finch said, "It's so frustrating to play this team because they foul a ton. They foul all the time. And then you can't touch SGA. It's a very frustrating thing. And it takes a lot of mental toughness to play through it." Well, we saw what happened in Game 1. They were frustrated. And he was getting to the line a ton and and McDaniels was in foul trouble. And not that it was the reason they lost, but certainly they were frustrated, and then they outscored them 70-40 in the second half, and Minnesota was 15 of 51 from 3. How do they call it tonight? Do they still let them play physical ball? Or do all this complaining and sending stuff into the league, does this work out for Minnesota? That remains to be seen. Number one, they can't play any worse offensively, and we'll see how Reed and the others bounce back after the 11 of 39 performance on open threes in Game 1.
Yeah, and 8 of 30 when they're wide open threes, meaning there isn't a defender even close to the shooter at that time. So I'm quite confident the Wolves are going to have open threes tonight, Paul. I am not quite confident that they're going to knock all of those down, though, and it's going to come back. The regression is going to be there to the mean or to the positive for them tonight. They'll get their shots because you can get open threes against Oklahoma City.
Yeah, they're going to pack the paint again, too.
Right,
yeah,
but I don't know. You tell me. Yeah. Are they making their threes tonight or not? And that's going to come down. That's everything now in the NBA, and specifically with a team like this.
Well said. Yeah, I like to sit down, give you a hardcore breakdown. But if Minnesota can't knock down open looks and they miss their threes, that's all she wrote.
Well, I'll tell you.
And they're not going to be aggressive and go to the basket like Ant, who only took 13 shots and was one in the paint. That's it.
Don't you want to ride with Ant tonight, though? Banking that he's going to have a bounce-back performance. He's going to take more shots. The scoring opportunities are going to be there. And I documented yesterday, like after losses, going back over the last 2.5 months when it was not a blowout, Ant responds in a loss in a huge way, goes for 29, 40, 40, whatever it is. I did play like this, though, tonight. The biggest bet that I have on the game is I'm attacking Naz Reid again tonight, and I did the rebounds. So I did take a flyer on him. I found 85-1 for most rebounds for the series before it started.
How about tonight? He's like 25.
25-1?
Mm-hmm. I also think he's going to go over 1.5 threes.
So do I.
After how bad he was.
So I think there's going to be, like, that's the guy I think I want to go to war with. Again, I don't know about DiVincenzo and Alexander Walker just because it's now been plenty of games where they can't hit water if they're going to fall off the Titanic. But with Naz Reid, I do buy into this angle, and we saw it in Game 1, that as this plays out over whatever it's going to be, 4 to 7 games, that maybe Rudy Gobert just can't play. And he picked up a couple of fouls early. They had to go to the bench. That means Naz Reid. And then Gobert also, once they fell behind, Finch is like, well, we need offensive firepower, and he's not it, man. So they had to go small at that point. I played Reid over 5.5 at plus money tonight with the rebounds. Because I think he's going to play in that 25 to 30, 32, 33-minute range, and maybe Gobert just doesn't have it here.
Mm-hmm.
So I have faith in that, and so enough for me to make a bet on it. But I like you as well. He'll take probably 5, 6, 7 threes in this game again tonight.
Yep.
Is he going to miss every... He was open every time in Game 1.
Yep. What if I told you the books have been making a mistake, too, and falling asleep on a guy? Good point here by our buddy Jordan Scott. Randall's points prop is 19.5. Here's Randall, game by game in the playoffs. 28, 29, 31, 24, 24, 18, 23, 25, 22, 27.
Why is it so low? They just don't have faith in the guy?
He's been unbelievable.
So he's crushing his points prop every single game.
And he was great in Game 1. And here he is, only 19.5. And what did Finch say after Game 1? I got to get him more looks and get him the ball more. So that's another one, too. And you're paying a tax because Ant's 25.5 as well. That's big. But, I mean, you're right about he'll be aggressive. He's not going to... Yeah. He's not going to shoot 13 times, but I'm just talking about how great and consistent Randall's been the entire playoffs.
What are his threes, Randall?
I think everyone's 1.5. You want game by game or tonight?
You know what? I'll find it right now. I want to find some out threes for Randall because, again, this team's going to get their looks, and he's been knocking them down like every single game. So I'll find those here in a second here with...
Reed's 1.5 over 140. Right. Randall's 1.5 over 120.
120.
DiVincenzo's 2.5 over plus money. He'll take a ton.
Yeah,
but I don't know if he can hit 3. Conley's 1.5 over even money. Walker 1.5 over plus 115.
How about laddering Randall tonight to get to 3? He's plus 250. To hit 4 or more, he's plus 630 in the game.
I don't hate it. Not bad.
He's got confidence in his stroke right now, and I'm going to be surprised when he misses, man. That's where kind of the zone that he's in and playing so hot.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see a price on? Is there a look ahead number for OKC in Indiana?
At DraftKings, OKC is $6. Okay.
God.
Yeah. $6. They would be $5.25.
Wow.
$5.25 against the Knicks. Minnesota, $1.50 against the Knicks. Minnesota, $1.65 against the Pacers. The lowest price in the market adjusted in the East is Indiana right here. Indiana minus 140. I guess we're watching a different playoffs and a different series. Because I think Indiana can be a short series.
And hold on. The Wolves would be what, 165 over the Pacers?
Yeah.
Are we sure about that number?
What do the Pacers have to do?
No kidding.
They're 5-1 on the road. They're the cardiac kids. They're deep. They got so many guys that can knock down shots.
They're one of the best teams in basketball going back, 5 months?
You start with Turner off early to get you going. Halliburton's an assassin. As I mentioned earlier, 23 points the last 3-14. What Neesmith did as well with the 6 threes. I mean, they're never out of a game. And, by the way, they have a great coach that no one talks about. And he outcoached Thibodeau.
He's great.
Hold on to your timeouts and challenges. I'm with you there. And you can get certainly a a big price still on the Pacers to win the whole damn thing. So
I'll tell you what, Paul, if you want to bet the under in tonight's game, and you do, you just want to keep waiting here until it goes up to 217.5, 218? I mean, it's moved 3.5 points already.
Yep.
It might keep going.
That's true.
And I'll tell you what, by
How
the way.
high will we get tomorrow? We're at 227. Look at that adjustment tomorrow.
Sure.
Uh-huh.
And I'll tell you, I was ready to pour a cocktail last night, make a cocktail, after the second period of the Oilers and the Stars, because I have Skinner at 300-1 to win the Conn Smythe. I'm like, this has a pulse.
What happened?
And then 10 minutes later, I was ready to pour about a triple because the bet was completely dead.
Dallas was plus 650 in play. 15 minutes left in the game. Power play goal, power play goal, power play goal.
Yeah.
What happened?
Some of those were not his fault.
I know that, but it's like undisciplined. And what's going on here? And then they scored 5 times in the third period.
And how dumb were some of the penalties?
Oh.
So that went from,
I'm with you.
Edmonton in charge of the game up 3-1.
Yep.
They can go to Dallas, take game 1.
Yep.
And then all of a sudden, and now who knows with Skinner, is the confidence shot again? And they now have to come back and they don't have to win game 1 because they can come back from down 2 games to none, obviously. But man, oh man, what a way for that to completely flip.
I couldn't believe it. I know. 2 different games. Just all-time horrific period. It was like the Knicks. What happened with Edmonton? Start your day with an edge and a game plan. VSiN Daily Morning Bets Podcast. Your first look at the day's betting lines. Sharp action and market movement in just 15 minutes. You get everything you need to know to make smarter wagers and stay ahead of the line moves all before your morning coffee's gone. Hosted by VSiN's team of trusted betting experts. Listen to the VSiN Daily Morning Bets Podcast wherever you get your podcasts or get on the VSiN Watch app. Start your day the right way with the Daily Morning Podcast.
Are you on under here for Panthers Hurricanes tonight?
No, I'm cold right now. I had both unders in the game once, so not good. Bad read. I'm on Anderson saves under, which is 1-6 in a row.
Okay.
I don't mind Carolina to score the first goal tonight as well with their season on the line. Come out.
Yeah. Now, this is a team that has to have the game tonight.
Mm-hmm.
If they don't win the game tonight, I am going to say it's curtains.
Well, regardless of how many guys are responsible, it's still this is following you around. You've lost 13 in a row in the conference finals.
You think about that stuff.
I mean, so yeah, right. And they kicked your ass in the first game. So,
Up next, here on Follow the Money, it's VSiN, the Sports Betting Network. The Meat Man, Steve Wyss, joins the program. Got his best bets in soccer. You won't believe what he likes in a playoff match at 6-1. Find out next here on VSiN.
This is Follow the Money on VSiN.
30 minutes from now, Derek Stevens, Mike Palm, Jeff Benson in studio from Circa. You're going to find out every detail that you need to know about their football contest for this year. Here, we go out to the Progressive Guest Line, get some best bets in the world of soccer as Steve Wyss joins the program now. Follow him on X. He is at Meatman Soccer with the Nordic Football Podcast. And because we win, good afternoon, Meatman. How are you today?
Well, good day to you both. I'm doing really well. I've been on the golf course this afternoon, so I'm feeling good and feeling refreshed.
Very good. Let's begin this weekend with Man U and Aston Villa and how you want to attack that match.
Very simple. Back Aston Villa on the money line, and I would not want to put off anyone backing them on handicaps as well, because this Manchester United team just absolutely disgraced themselves in the Europa League final. This is a strong statement. This is the worst Man United team I have ever seen in my lifetime.
Wow.
They are terrible. And I think their fans are going to give them a terrible reception at home this week. They're going to let them know how bad they were. The manager, everyone's saying he's going to be given the summer to keep his job and buy players. I think they might have to sack him. I think he talks a very good game, but the actual evidence on the soccer field is terrible performances, terrible results. This Manchester United team have lost 12 of their last 19 Premier League games, 5 draws and just 4 wins in that period. The only teams they've beaten are Ipswich, Southampton, Leicester and Fulham. And they're now playing against an Aston Villa team who are highly motivated to qualify for the Champions League. Villa are miles the better team. Let's keep it simple and back them on the money line to beat this horrible Man United team.
Yeah, I mean, check the standings. It's incredible, and I think you're right about that as well. So off the big win then, you want to fade Tottenham here and go with Brighton?
Yeah, congratulations to Spurs. That's really big for them to win a trophy, their first trophy in 17 years. But let's think about the aftermath. I mean, they're going to be partying left, right, and centre for days on end after that result. And yes, the atmosphere is going to be great and the fans are going to be loving it. But Brighton are still motivated to fight for 8th position. 8th position might, depending on other results, get them into Europe next season, which is big for the club. So Brighton have got everything to play for. Spurs, I just don't know what's going to be left in their tank after that midweek win. And I think they could be really flat. Brighton are a good team anyway, and some would argue are, well, certainly playing better soccer than what Spurs have been doing. I mean, Spurs have lost 15 of their last 22 Premier League games. And again, in that period, their only wins have been against Southampton, Ipswich, Brentford, which was a good win, and then Man United. I mean, they're only beating the really bad teams. Brighton are a lot better. And I was really impressed, actually. Brighton just beat Liverpool, the champions. And I know, Liverpool have been on the beach a little bit recently, but it's still a very good win. And I fully expect them to take advantage of a potentially hungover Tottenham Hotspur. So back up on the money line, -133.
All right. Excellent. You were awesome last week as well. You had Palace to win the FA Cup over Man City and the Vardy goal as well. So it's the final day of the season Sunday, and some crazy things can happen. Can we get a high-scoring affair with Brentford and the Wolves?
Yes. Yeah, I think this is where the Steve Wyss goal ladder is going to come out here. And I'm going to be backing, first of all, over 3.5 goals. I will personally probably have nibbles of over 4.5 and even 5.5 goals as well.
Wow.
And if you want some wacky scorelines, this is my 3-3 draw prediction. You can back that at 33-1 or 4-3 to either team, and you can get 100-1 and 80-1 on that one, because I think the goals are going to flow here. I mean, the main reason is that both teams are pretty offensive-minded, certainly in the second half of the season. But also, there's some very, very selfish soccer players on this field who are fighting for individual achievements. And Buemo and Wisser for Brentford and Cunha for Wolves. If they allow him to start, this is going to be probably his last game for the club. There was rumours he's going to move to Man United. Quite whether he wants to move there now, I don't know. Probably not. But he will be leaving the club. He's a very good player. So there's great individual talent on the field. Brentford matches. I mean, it's been a theme all season, hasn't it, guys? Goals for Brentford.
Oh, yeah.
And I think they will finish the season in similar style. So this could end something crazy. I think as a bare minimum, we're going to get 4 goals in the game. And we could go beyond that significantly. And if someone won this, say, 4-3, or it's a 3-3 draw, I'm not really surprised. So this is my go-to game for mega goals in the final round of the season.
All right. And the Wolves just played a 4-2 the other day as well. How about Chelsea to take out Nottingham Forest?
Joe, really, this is probably my best bet of the whole card, actually. And it's not often I go into the corners. But you go into the corners market here and take Chelsea -1.5 corners. And if you can't get that, then just back Chelsea to have the most corners, which is you'll probably be able to get -180 on that, because Nottingham Forest have not won the corner count in any of their last 9 Premier League games. And the main reason for that is that they just don't have the ball enough. They average the lowest possession in the Premier League of any team, I think, even worse than the likes of Ipswich, Southampton, and that. They're a counter-attacking side, so they don't have the ball enough to win enough corners. Chelsea average 6.2 corners per game. That's the 5th most of any team, and just 3.57 against. That's the 3rd fewest. So basically, Chelsea, I think, are going to easily win this corner battle. If you can ladder this one, I expect them to win by at least 3 or 4 corners in this market, even if Nottingham Forest fall behind. They just simply don't win enough. Their style of play, it's not wide enough. They don't have the ball enough. So it's an unusual market that I don't think I've ever even mentioned corners on this show before, you guys.
No.
But this is it's such a big trend with Nottingham Forest. I can't get away from this. Chelsea -1.5 corners at -125. Or if you can't get on that, just back them most corners at -180.
All right.
Very good.
Great mix. Meatman's our guest, Steve Wyss, on the Progressive Guest Line. He's on live with Nigel with the podcast Sunday during the Premier League, the final day of action. Saturday, the most lucrative soccer match, Sheffield United, Sunderland. The winner gets promoted to the Premier League. You want to go under here, but there's also a unique bet you like, and it's important how you say this as well. Take it away with how you want to play this Saturday morning from Wembley. Well,
first of all, see if you guys can actually guess how much this match is estimated to be worth to the winner. these days. It's now apparently nearly worth $300 million to the winner on one game, which is, I mean, that's life changing for the players, for the staff,
yes,
for the whole club. So when there's so much at stake in one game, you often get it very, very tense and tight, don't you? Nerves come in. This is the key stat: 11 of the last 12 championship playoff finals have all gone under 2.5 goals.
Wow.
In 90 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah, 11 of the last 12. 8 of the last 12 have gone under 1.5 goals. So this is not just an under 2.5 game. It goes well under. And I think there's been 3 or 4 nil-nils in that period as well, which is why no goal scorer has to come into play here as a bet at plus 600. If you've got to take no goal scorer instead of the 0-0 score, because you can still win if own goals are scored. The amount of times you get a 1-0 and it's an own goal, it can happen.
Right.
So do take that. But my main bet for the game is under 2 Asian goals at minus 105. So, the only way you're going to lose this bet is if there's 3 goals or more scored. That's only happened once in the last 12 years. So based on historical trends, but also the style of the two teams, Sheffield United are known for being quite defensive under Chris Wilder. And Sunderland, they're a bit similar to how Nottingham Forest play, counter-attacking. They're not going to have much of the ball. And the previous league meeting was a 1-0 win for Sheffield United against Sunderland. Sunderland actually won the other game 2-1, so that did go over. But these were games at Wembley Stadium. Wembley Stadium is a massive pitch as well in London, the national surface. I mean, we've just seen a 1-0 Crystal Palace beat Man City in the FA Cup final. Matches at Wembley are really low scoring. So I don't see how it changes. There's so much on the line. $300 million, guys. It's too much, really, isn't it? It shouldn't be that much on one game.
Yeah.
And I think we'll see. I actually think the score will be 0-0 in 90 minutes.
Incredible stats.
Okay.
Great job.
That's amazing.
Where can we find you Sunday?
Well, I'll tell you, I'm doing a live betcast. Nigel's going to be involved as well. It's going to be, I think, at around about, I think it's 10 a.m. Eastern time. And it is on the Betting Weekly studios behind me there on YouTube. And we're going to be going through the whole card. When the goals come in, we're going to be advising in-play bets, everything like that. Hopefully those goals fly in the Brentford game. And I'm cheering a big cash by half-time in that one. But, yeah, thanks, guys, for having me on as always.
Thank you, sir.
You're the man, Steve. Thanks so much. We appreciate that.
You take care.
All right.
Back at you.
Talk to you soon. There you go. Good mix. A lot of fun plays. I want to look what 4-2 pays. They just played a 4-2 game. I mean, a 4-3 is
Well, sprinkle maybe a little bit on all of that then.
Yeah, a nibble. That's good. Summer going all in. Circa Las Vegas. Oh, my God. The Padres just blew it. Unbelievable. Go all in. Circa Las Vegas Ultimate Getaway Package is $400. 2-night stay at Circa. $100 dining, $100 beverage credit, and your own day bed at Stadium Swim. The party never stops, all for just $400. Limited time offer between May 26th and September 4th. Lock it in, all your needs. CircleLasVegas.com. Get it now.
Well, they are putting a premium on the under in that game that he just talked about with Sheffield United and Sunderland. If you wanted to go under 2.5.
It was $140. Is it $2 now?
It's higher than $2.
Oh, that big move. Wow.
That's massive.
Well, school's out. How good is that? 11 of the last 12.
No kidding. Win-lose up next. Big day here on the show. The network, Stevens, Palm, Benson. The unveiled Circa football contest coming up at 5 o'clock Eastern. We'll take a couple of dart throws on what it might be.
Night? Wow, winning. Or was it a rough one?
Well, they can't all be winners, can they?
Loser! You're a loser! Pauly Howard recaps the night in sports betting in Win Some, Lose Some.
Game 1 last night at the height of the insanity. ESPN bet Pacers 25-1 in play, 40-1 at DraftKings. Probably deserved to be higher, but still, it's coming fast and furious. As Neesmith had 20 points in the last 4:46 and was 6 of 6 from 3. Indiana 23 points in the last 3:14. Most in the play-by-play era. Overtime 10-1. Brunson to score 40 plus 650. Halliburton to score 30, 9-1. Neesmith, 6 threes, 17-1 or more. Most threes in the game, 20-1. Most rebounds, Hart plus 275. What a game. Oh, and what a collapse. And we get to do, I think you're right, though. I mean, I hope it's long. This could be an all-time series
I think
based on pace and shots and offensive talent and playmaking ability.
Here's the thing. Are we going to get the shot making the entire time? This has been the story for the Pacers the entire playoffs.
I know. They're not going to cool off. This is who they are. I know. Look how they started the game. Oilers Stars game 1. Dallas in play plus 650. Draisaitl first goal 9-1. Lindell last goal 60-1. Anytime 12-1. Most runs yesterday. Blue Jays 17-1. Highest scoring game. A's Angels 6-1. Harper plus 280. Turner plus 375. Santana plus 550. Bellinger plus 675. Lindor plus 575. All home run props. Subscribe, be part of the team. vsin.com. Our radio and podcast friends, you always want to see these tweets and videos. At Pauly Does Vegas on Instagram. Send them in. We'll put you on. Here we go. Come on. Mitch is going tonight. Look at Tom Cruise. The most expensive movie ever made. 2 hours and 50 minutes. He tweeted this out earlier today. A couple days ago, rather. I retweeted the one where he's on the plane hanging on. And then here's this one where he's jumping on, just jumps out of the plane. And then filming him as well. One shot, he's got the camera on him. And how about this? He also tweeted this. From 1985 to this movie, I've been studying and filming underwater sequences for over 40 years. We've always tried to push our filmmaking to the next level. In this movie, I saw an opportunity to create an underwater sequence unlike any other. We're excited to share it with you. It's a 20-minute scene.
Remember, he did one, I think, in part 5. We had to hold his breath for like 2.5 minutes or whatever.
Good call about holding the breath. That's awesome. That's phenomenal. How about this with the dog? You could get a little bath. Oh, no, my fault. We'll go to this first. So I know I know some people that do this. Do you do this? When they're playing triple-double or double-double, if they're dealt just a 2, 3, or 4, they will hold that. Here, this person was dealt just a 2. Held the 2. It came 2, 2, 2, 3.
And this is triple-double?
Uh-huh. It's triple-double.
I don't. Maybe I should start. I guess that's the play, huh?
I don't know. That's a Bob Dancer question.
For sure.
Just just hold the 2,
if
the
you
3
got junk in a deuce,
right,
basically,
if it's trash, right? And it comes to big balls. Wilbo, who does a great job, who works here, showed me a video once where the guy just held the 2 as well, and it came ace, ace, ace.
Oh, my.
That was at the D before Circa opened. Who knows? That's excellent. And here's the dog video. It's hot out. You get maybe cool off here. The guy walks out. I get the car wash, right? I'm going to sneak in.
Haven't had a bath in a while.
Sure, right. A little dirty. Well, once the van moves up, I come in, sneak under there. Okay, piece of cake. Feels good too, right?
Oh, I love the feeling. Yeah.
Right?
Scratch my right there. Yeah, that's the spot.
Yep.
Thank you.
Gotta love it. Yep. Lose some. I'll get to the Darren Ravel tweet in a second. Sad news with Jim Irsay. Colts owner Jim Irsay passed away at the age of 65 yesterday. He was once offered more than $1 billion for his memorabilia collection.
Yeah.
Darren Ravel retweeted this today. I've been offered $1.15 billion for the collection by someone in the Middle East. I turned it down because it's priceless, and I never started the collection for that reason. He has Kurt Cobain's guitar from Smells Like Teen Spirit video, $4.7 million.
That's what he paid for it?
Right. He has Muhammad Ali's Rumble in the Jungle belt, $6.1 million. He has a pair of tickets to the theater from the night of Abraham Lincoln's assassination, $262,000. For me, I would have guessed
way more than that.
No kidding. For me, I'd rather do this than be floating around on a $200 million yacht. If I float on that, I'm going to say I'm bored. Why am I here? What am I doing here?
Well, again, so that's a guy who obviously has more money than God, and that collection means more to him than anything else. Because what's the money going to do for him?
Yeah,
right.
And the list goes on and on about what he has and what he owns.
The reaction from the former players, by the way, the Peyton Mannings of the world,
okay,
Adam Vinatieri, Pat McAfee, they love the guy.
Yeah. On this day, 15 years ago, a programmer in Florida gives someone 10,000 bitcoins, then valued at $41 for 2 Papa John's pizzas. 10,000 Bitcoins today are worth $1.1 billion. It's a bad beat.
Oh, I hope the peaches were good.
That's a bad beat.
I hope he's got a lot of Bitcoin still.
Remember that story in the Bay Area where the guy had like a ton of Bitcoin, but it was only down to his last guess. He couldn't remember the password. He'd used 9 of them. Oh, man. And the bad beat, the all-timer, Knicks minus 4.5 or Knicks money line, as they're up 14 with 250. They're up 8 with 35 seconds. They're up 9 with 52 seconds. They're up 5 with the ball with less than 30 seconds, and they lose the game. Want to know where the money's really going? Unlike other sources, our splits come straight from Circa and DraftKings, giving you insight on where the sharp action's landing. Circa's known for taking big bets from pro bettors. See the percentage of bets. First percentage of handle on every game across every major sport, helping you make smarter, more informed bets. Get the betting splits as little as $9.99. VSiN.com/subscribe. Jump in, join the team.
All right, Pauly, coming up in less than 10 minutes, Derek Stevens, Mike Palm, and Jeff Benson from Circa in studio. They're going to announce everything that you need to know about their 2025 pro football contests. Circa Millions, Circa Survivor. Derek has a new wrinkle. We don't know what it is. You have a guess?
I know nothing. I'm going to say it is a heavy-duty, high-roller entry fee into a Survivor contest.
Yeah. That would be my guess as well.
There's no reason to touch the other one. You have the best contest in the world.
I don't think you will.
Many experts, people we've had on in this business in terms of, the proxies and all that stuff and follow this, and the Survivor Sweat and the Survivor Atlas guys say 20,000. Oh, you have the Christmas and the Thanksgiving and the $1,000 entry. No need to touch that.
No, they won't touch that one. I don't think. That would be my guess as well. And I don't know what the entry fee might be, though.
What's your guess? How high do you go? What's the correct number?
I'm going to say it's higher than the one rumor that was out there on social media.
It's higher?
You asked me to guess. I'm going to say it's higher than 25,000. I know nothing. I have no idea.
Wow.
I'll say I don't know. It's Derek. Derek doesn't mess around.
I'm going to say,
but I don't.
No,
think
he doesn't.
It's not going to be like a college contest. That's not going to happen.
No, won't do that.
No, they're not going to.
You have the millions. Not touching that.
No.
New contest.
It's going to be. I think it'd probably be a new contest, unless they say. So we have L.A. Jones on the show coming up in about an hour as well. We're going to get his reaction. He was one of the Survivor winners a couple years ago. I asked this earlier today on social media. I said, "What do you want to see?" He said 20 million guaranteed, unlimited entries.
Oh, really?
Maybe that would be the wrinkle here. Not 10 apiece, not 20, unlimited. Or maybe that would be the Survivor contest that he's going to introduce.
And I'm going to say $10,000 Survivor one entry.
Okay.
Think you go higher than the rumor, than the internet conjecture?
I don't know. I don't know.
I mean, that would be incredible.
I'm throwing a dart right now.
Talk about what can the Westgate do with the 5? If you're going to 10, 20, 25, 50, how many people you think you're going to get?
You might be obviously getting that. That's where, to me, if it is a high one, then the poker players are going to come in and say,
"Yeah,
absolutely, let's eat." And they're going to have a lot of fun with it.
Yeah, all right.
But what else could it be, by the way? What other kind of a contest could it be, in your opinion?
They're not doing college.
They're not going to go to college. There's nothing that you could do.
Well, you were one of the first guys to bring this up. You've said it to him many times. How about a $5,000 or a $10,000 entry?
Oh, I brought that up a long time ago. Yeah,
well, yeah, right.
Yeah,
and then the Westgate just went with that, and they're doing 5, and
they're going to do it this year. Yeah,
right. So I think he's going to come heavy here.
They're not going to change millions.
No.
Add totals to millions? A totals contest. How about that idea?
I don't hate it. I don't mind that as well.
Well, we're going to find out next. We have no clue. We're spitballing here. Like I said, throwing darts. Might be throwing them left-handed. So they're all coming up. Derek Stevens, Mike Palm, Jeff Benson. You're going to find out at the same time that we do their plans for the upcoming football season with their football contest next.